to the Batmobile. Let's go.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger. Ready to move out.
By the hammer of Thor! Welcome, mortals, to Basement Boy Banter, episode 50. I am Thor. With me, as always, Brian.
Hi.
How's it going, everybody? Basement Boy Banter, episode 50. This is our 1 year fucking anniversary. We've been doing this for 1 year. 1 year ago today, we shot episode 1, and we've been doing it every week since. We missed a couple episodes. We got the lost episode that might never be seen. Like, there's a lot of things that happened in that year. We shot a bunch of reviews. So episode 50, technically 52 weeks we've been doing this. It feels fucking pretty good. This Thor helmet is amazing. I know you don't have to tell me. It is awesome. Thank you. You're welcome. Brian, anything you want to say to the people after a year doing this?
It's just sort of flown by. It feels like
has.
last week we were taping that one thing and putting it on the DVD or whatever.
Oh, the
and
test footage. Yeah. Ooh, test footage. No one's ever seen that. 3-4 people in the world have ever seen that. It's bad.
The handful of people that we've let watch before we started.
We should go back and watch episode 1 at some point.
Ooh.
It's rough. Go check it out, people. We've been doing it for a year, so tell us if we've gotten better. I think we have. Not much. I mean, marginally.
Yeah. Tell him to do that after that sweet editing job you're planning.
That just went down.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about that. That's gonna be amazing. So we are Basement Boy Banner. What we do is we recap the week in Nerd, and this was a big week. Realistically, it's been a big couple weeks. It's been a big 2016.
This is when it's really gonna get jam packed coming up here.
It is. This is busy season for us. We got a lot of things that just happened, a lot of things that are about to happen, some changes coming in Basement Boy Banter, some changes to the programming. There's a lot of stuff that's going to happen with Basement Boy Banter in year 2. Basement Boy Banter year 2. Just give you guys a little preview. In a couple months, we're going to be changing settings. So we're not going to be shooting in this basement anymore. We're going to be shooting somewhere else, a location undisclosed at this moment in time. We got some new shows we're thinking about adding on. Gamer Corner will be back. We're taking another week off because we got a review, and I can only do so much editing in 1 week, but that will be back next week.
Plan is Black Desert. That's the plan.
Black Desert next week. Thor's Thoughts, always, whenever I have them, they're far and few between, but, occasionally they'll pop up. But we got some other stuff in the works for 2016.
We got reviews. So, I mean, we're not going to give away too much of what we're planning for next year, but we definitely got some stuff. We got more special guests planned. We got maybe some collaborations coming up with a couple things. So we're working on shit, like we are, and we appreciate all the love we've gotten over the first year of doing this. Because honestly, when I decided to do this, I had no clue how it was gonna go. Like, I didn't know what it was gonna be, and it started rough, and it got a lot better. We hit a stagnant period there for a little bit, I think, when we were just, Yeah.
But we came back strong, and now we've really picked it up. I think in the last maybe 6 months, we've gotten a lot better.
See, I blame it on the depression of the lost episode.
41. That wasn't even that long ago. That was like 6 episodes ago.
Exactly.
We've been on a roll since then. The last episode made us be better since that point.
Such a good episode.
41. Oh man, you guys will never know what we said about Clint Eastwood's son on episode 41.
You can use your imaginations.
It was dirty. It was so dirty. So, by the hammer of Thor, thank you for joining us. So, I'm pumped about episode 50. It's been crazy. Yeah, I don't know if I can keep the Thor hammer on the whole episode.
The helmet?
Yeah. What did I say?
Hammer.
I'm gonna start wearing the hammer. That's next. But so we just did our Batman vs Superman review, as I ramble on here. So go check that out. It's pretty good. Let me get rid of this here. All right, there we go. Thor back in full effect. Brian, talk to the people about something. I fix my hair in this.
Oh, jeez. That's probably not going to happen. Warcraft's, what did we say, 2 weeks? Week?
No, June 10th. Calm down there, big boy.
Sorry, I
Don't
get
ahead
excited.
of yourself. We gotta get through Civil War first. Yeah.
Can I tell you how underwhelmed I was when I saw that trailer in the theater for Batman vs Superman?
The Civil War one?
Mm-hmm.
But which trailer did you see?
The one with Spider-Man.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I got the first one. That was bullshit.
See, I got this one. See, I always get better trailers. Even when you
He
get
does.
good trailers, I get the better trailers.
He did, because I got Ghostbusters, I got Apocalypse, Independence Day, Civil War. I got everything I wanted. I mean, I got Civil War and Apocalypse.
I also
Those
got
are me.
Lego Batman.
I didn't get that either, but we're gonna talk about Lego Batman here at some point. That trailer. Did you see the same one that I watched?
Yeah.
then? Okay. So we didn't even talk about
I
that.
deserve this.
Yeah. I deserve this today. Yeah. So I got hosed on trailers as usual, but we were underwhelmed with the one with Spider-Man in the theater. Really?
Yeah,
Really?
honestly.
Really?
And it wasn't like the
Interesting.
whole trailer was bad or anything. The trailer was good, but literally right when Spider-Man pops in, I'm like, oh.
Oh yeah, you weren't on the week that trailer
No.
dropped, were you? That's right. That was Deadhead week.
Mm-hmm.
So we never even talked about that trailer and how you felt after seeing Spider. We can't jump into that rabbit hole right now.
I'll just be quick. Underwhelmed.
Really? Whatever. You guys know how I felt about it. You all know. Did you watch the Thor's thoughts on how I felt about it?
Yeah.
He's lying. He didn't watch it. He's lying, people. He's lying to you. I'm telling
Don't
you
tell
right
them
now.
that.
He is. I know he is. Ask him if he watched the episode he wasn't on. He didn't.
I did.
I'll tell you that. Huh?
How could I watch it? I was dead. Yeah.
Well, now
didn't watch it
since
now.
it's Easter and you've been resurrected.
Too soon.
Too soon. Well, like I said, we recapped the Weekend Nerd after this long rant for the last X amount of minutes. So we should probably start doing that, right? I mean, 50,
Well, and we got some good stuff on
50
the
episodes.
list.
50 episodes. We should be fucking professionals at this point. Let's jump right into it. Let's start off with Voltron. Because, anyone who doesn't know, one of the things we got coming in 2016 are these special episodes we're going to start doing. They're probably going to tape on different days than the regular episode. But our first one we're going to kick off with is the 80s cartoon Roundup Bonanza. That's my new name for it. Mm-hmm. Did I tell you? 80s cartoon Roundup Bonanza. If you love 80s cartoons, and who doesn't? You will love that show. We're going to talk about all of them. But Voltron is coming back to Netflix. Netflix been hooking me up lately. Daredevil, Jessica Jones.
From what I understand, it's because they're they're not willing to pay as outrageous amounts of money for some of these movie studios or whatever.
The movies, and that's why Hulu's got all the Adult Swim stuff, South Park, all the
Basically,
Comedy Central.
Netflix is kind of steering away from it and making their own stuff, which is smart.
Netflix still has The Office, a lot of stuff, but it doesn't have a lot of TV things anymore. So, them coming out with their own content is smart. House of Cards is big, Orange is the New Black is big. They've hit with a lot of their
Daredevil
season 2, which we're gonna talk about. We're not gonna finish the season this week, but we're gonna do our part 2 review, and then part 3 will come next week. I'm breaking it up for those of you who don't have time to binge watch. So we did part 1 last week, part 2 this week, part 3, and that's for you, the viewers at home.
Yeah, you guys.
That's for you guys.
It's
I'm
not
doing that
because
for you.
of somebody else.
It's not because I didn't finish the season and I'm stuck on episode 11 right now. It has nothing to do with that.
It's for you guys.
It's for you guys.
We care.
Because we do. I do. I think of you oftenly and fondly. Oftenly? Is that a word? Fuck it. It is now. So Voltron. We watched the little 1 minute teaser where the lions form, make Voltron. He slashes or something blows up, and then he's standing there. Go.
I am so psyched.
Right?
I loved it. When you were showing it to me, I was like, oh my gosh. It's not like Voltron's the greatest. If you were to watch it now, it is
dated. Oh yes, it does not hold up.
But I love seeing it on Netflix and the way they have it set up. I am pretty excited. I'm
very
pretty pumped.
very anime stylish. When you saw the robot coming together and the parts, it very much reminded me of an anime style of big robots fighting monsters. great. I'm always in for that. Like, there's never a
Well,
bad
and there's
time.
a couple animes on Netflix that are Netflix original,
Yeah.
and I never watched them, but they are always rated really high stars. Yeah, I should watch them.
I'm not great at watching most things these days. If you
Yeah.
guys really knew what my nights consisted of after working in the gym, I'm pretty disappointed in myself most of the time.
It's underwhelming.
It is underwhelming. It's like I don't even want to get into it. Let's just say Bob's Burgers gets played way too much.
Way too much.
Way too much. Even when I have time to watch something else, I'm like, well, one episode of Bob's Burgers while I do this. 6 episodes later, I'm like, damn, I could have watched, 3 episodes of Daredevil.
The last couple
trust
episodes
me.
of Daredevil.
I've watched like 3 seasons of Bob's Burgers for the 15th time this week. My life I got issues. I need to
Bob's
reevaluate.
Burgers.
It is. And, well, season 5 is dropping April 1st on Netflix, so that's been my excuse to rewatch all the seasons for
Like you need
umpteenth
a
time.
reason to watch. Like you're not. It's not fresh in your mind.
Well, and then episodes will come on like Beef Squatch or Topsy, and like, how the fuck do you skip Topsy? Like, have you ever seen the Topsy episode?
That's how you skip it.
Whatever. I need
Gotta
although
watch Daredevil.
I need Hulu back so I can watch some Rick and Morty because I've been fiending for some Rick and Morty.
I'm so glad that we have Hulu.
Yeah, fuck off. So yeah, no, Voltron looks dope though. I mean, I'm pumped about that. I love Thundercats, Silverhawks, Transformers. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. G.I. Joe's classics. Voltron falls right in there, and it doesn't hold up if you watch the old version. It is a little rough at times. I remember I was watching it on because they used to have it on Cartoon Network or Boom or one of those super early in the morning, and I'd DVR it, and I'd watch it then. But man, some of those episodes are rough to get through. They were. This would be a fresher take. They did show a picture of what the team looks like. We didn't look at it, but I saw it throughout the week, and it looked very similar to the original team. They want it to be very much in line with the original, source material, which I appreciate. I can definitely appreciate that. So, moving on from there, we got Kingsman 2, more news. It's got a title, and the title is The Golden Circle. Kingsman, The Golden Circle. It's going to have
Illuminati shit.
Right. Julianne Moore is going to be your main bad guy. Halle Berry is going to be something on the American
Catwoman?
side. No, God, no. Please, God, no. And they're going to introduce the American version of the Kingsman called the Statesman, which would be like your English equivalent.
I'm so fucking excited.
Right? And
Now,
then
can I preface this why I'm so excited?
1 second. Let me get through this, and then you can finish. They said robot dogs, one-armed henchmen, and battles with giant frankfurters. Okay. Sold. Go.
The reason I'm so excited for the Statesman is if they do it in the same vein as, because I'm a pretty big fan of Doctor Who.
Okay.
And there was an episode, there are like aliens, and like if you looked at them, I won't get into it too much, but
Yeah.
aliens. And
Right.
they like electrocute people, and they're like, we've infiltrated your society and we've been around forever. There's nothing you could do to stop us. And the guy is just an American. They find this American. They're in I don't remember exactly, the subway or something. And it's just this American guy. He's just blam! And he's like, welcome to America. He just blows them away. It's this alien talking about how overwhelmingly powerful they are. And he just shoots them. And it's welcome to America.
So you're hoping it's going to be like that?
Yeah, where it's a little tongue-in-cheek with it, because we're
well,
cowboys.
With Kingsman, I feel it will be. You know what I mean? I have a feeling it will be a little bit. I'm excited, though. All that sounds good to me. Nothing about the synopsis I read, nothing about the title, nothing about those 3 bullet points, especially robot dogs. Always behind robot dogs. Who isn't? Julianne Moore, great actress. Halle Berry, I can take or leave, but I don't think she's going to be the main, I don't think she's going to have a huge role in this film.
I don't think she could possibly ruin it.
No, definitely not. She's gonna be
Even if she was Catwoman in this movie.
That would ruin it, though.
No, it's Kingsman.
That would. Matthew Vaughn can pull it off. He would find some way. I trust Matthew Vaughn. He said he didn't want to do it, and then he woke up one morning and he had a whole story and a whole sequel.
That
in his
happens
head.
to me with Dungeons
And
and
he was
Dragons
and he was
campaigns.
all right. He's and then he I guess wrote it up and was yeah, we're doing this. I was yeah, it must be nice to actually have talent.
Hey, I do it with D&D all the time.
That's great. Like I said, it must be nice to actually have talent.
Or in the shower. pooping. Those are the three
Wait,
places.
are you pooping in the shower?
No.
Oh, because you
Sometimes
said,
I'll get out of the shower to poop.
You said in the shower pooping. So I was just like, maybe
in
this
the
dude-
shower, pooping.
Okay, there we go. Because you didn't have a big enough pause. So I was like, this dude poops in the shower. There's still so much I don't know about you, Brian. We've known each other for so long, and there's still so much I don't know.
You would never know if it was in the shower or not because it's going to smell either way because like halfway through the shower, it just hits you sometime.
You get out, take a sweet dump, get back in and wash it.
And
Gross.
well, because you have
You know
to.
what?
You can't finish the shower, then poop because you're going to feel dirty for the
Right.
rest of the day.
No, I gather that.
So you got to get back in,
So you gotta
even if
poop-
you're pretty much done showering.
You got to poop pre-shower. That's just
Well, sometimes it doesn't hit you till you're in the shower. You're like halfway through and you're like, uh-oh, my guts hurt.
bubble gut. So Brian's pooping routines are being divulged this evening. The Hammer is not happy about that.
Or it's agreeing with me.
That's
it's
no.
its voice. It's saying yes.
That's its pick me up.
Mid-shower poops.
When it falls like that, it's telling me to pick it up and hit you. And I just, I try to not give in to the voice of the Hammer sometimes. So
Fuck millionaire.
Wonder Woman pick. We saw Wonder Woman pick. We got Wonder Woman and BBS this week. A lot of Wonder Woman stuff. It was a pick of her and a bunch of Amazons. Pretty much her mom, her aunt, and like her friend or something like that. It was from Entertainment Weekly. It'll pop up here. But what'd you think?
I mean, the picture wasn't anything
Yeah, it's not
breathtaking. I'm excited for Wonder Woman because of Batman versus Superman.
I just like the look of it because it looked very. This might be the best. Gods of Egypt bombed. We haven't had a good mythology movie in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Or mythical god creatures, like Greek mythology.
Mm-hmm.
So this might be like the best Greek mythology / superhero movie we've gotten in a while, which I'm cool with that. It looked good. I mean, there wasn't a lot to it, but it looked good. Speaking of Batman vs Superman, it only made $424 million worldwide this weekend. Huh. Disappointing. Didn't even break $500 million in 3 days.
Probably gonna have to cancel Justice League.
Probably. They might as well just scratch the rest of the DC universe. Fucking joke. $170 million domestically. The Blu-ray was already announced, which this baffles me. But 7/16. It's got statues. There's a Superman one and a Batman one. I'll be getting the Batman one. Brian, get the Superman one.
Martin will probably get the
Martin
Superman.
can get the Superman one. But either way, I'll be getting the Batman one. I already figured that one out. That movie was good, like we just talked about in the review, which you should go watch. James Wan says Aquaman's going to be more fun than Batman vs. Superman, which I could see because Batman vs. Superman was fun to watch, but it was a dark movie, and they can't all be that dark. They're going to have lighter points through the DC cinematic universe.
Right.
Even Wonder Woman's Suicide Squad's going to be much lighter, than Batman vs. Superman.
Well, I think that'll be light, but also dark, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be light because of however, like there's going to be the comedy aspect, but it's going to be dark because there's probably going to be some fucked up shit
And
happening.
when we were watching the international trailer for Suicide Squad, there were some new shots of Enchantress. There's a couple new shots like Joker and stuff like that. It wasn't a whole lot of new footage. Still the awesome Queen music. They cut out some of my favorite one-liners, but still had Jai Courtney cracking the beer and walking backwards and stuff. So no, that movie's gonna be a much different tone. That's why everyone who doesn't like Batman vs Superman, which I'm not gonna sit here and argue with people who don't like Batman vs Superman, but everyone's like, I'm still looking forward to Suicide Squad, which tells me that they're fine. You know what I mean? It's gonna be fine. Whatever. So DC Comics has this big rebirth thing happening, which is pretty much it's not another reset, but it is. I don't know. Everybody's doing it now. It's like the rebirth. They're bringing the old stuff back. They're bringing some of the old storylines back, and they're restarting. I think Detective Comics. There's 2 books that are restarting from where they left off at before the New 52. 4 or 5 years ago now. Comic books need to get their shit together. First off, they need to just pick one line and go down that and quit every couple years, blowing shit up, changing shit. Then Marvel's doing another Civil War, and it's just okay, you gotta get more focused here. You know what I mean? You really have to get more focused here. But they're gonna reveal the Joker's real name, which I don't know why you need to do that after 76 years of the Joker being around. We need his real name. Does the Joker's backstory really even matter? There's so many different incarnations of it. So now you're going to try to have this is the Joker's backstory.
It's fun not knowing.
It is. That's part of the mystery of it. Is who is he? You know. So I don't know. It is what it is, though. I mean, let's be honest. Comic book sales aren't what they were. You know, the movies are how they make the majority of their money, and the merchandise. Comic books aren't what pay the bills for these companies anymore.
Right.
It's the movies, it's the merchandise, it's the toys. It's not the comics themselves.
I mean, if they got to do it to keep comics alive.
But I almost think these big events hurt comics more.
Yeah.
Like restarting #1, starting and stopping timelines. Like, and they always say, well, we're restarting ones because we want to bring in new readers. Well, no. When I picked up comics, I picked up at a point that was interesting to me, and guess what? That I started backlogging.
Right.
You know what I mean? And going forward.
And we have the internet, so there's no way you can be like, well, I have no idea what's happening in this comic book.
Yeah, you can Google fucking anything. Like, stop. And
they even have like YouTube videos that are like in 2 minutes explaining a character you didn't know.
We've watched some of those for show prep and stuff like that.
So it's like,
I watched one and forgot it for a show a couple weeks
there's
ago. There's
no point in resetting for new readers.
And then no, there isn't because make good stories. People will be drawn to good stories.
Right, and they'll hear about the cool story, but these resets just make it more complicated
Well,
because now they're like, I don't know where to start because there's 2 resets, but they're still bringing stuff back from the other resets. And
I love going back and watching like Identity Crisis, Infinite, all those crises and stuff like that. Those are fun at those points, but those are like decades apart. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they didn't do them every year. There was a new event. Then yes, like Final Crisis, Blackest Night, Brightest Day. Like there was event after Flashpoint, and then the New 52. There's event after event leading up to like the end of that, and it gets to be a chore for everybody involved.
It no longer becomes an event because it's so commonplace.
Right.
It becomes
There's
every
nothing
day.
special about it. It's the law of diminishing returns. We've talked about many times on this show.
I've heard like stories of people when like Superman died and like
Yeah,
it's
that
like
was-
it was
that
like
was
epic
crazy.
and people are like,
Yeah.
I remember where I was when they released that. It's like
That was a cool
it's a
comic.
comic book,
Yeah,
you
that was a
know?
cool comic.
Like
I remember
holy
that
cow.
Let's talk about since we're like on this big DC kick right now. Let's talk about that Lego Batman trailer. That shit was funny.
Short, but yeah.
Short, but Will Arnett back as Batman, microwaving the lobster for 2 minutes, 20 minutes, 2 minutes, and then eating it in the plane. He's like, I deserve this today.
Yeah.
Today I deserve this. And then what? Oh man, there's just so much goodness in there. Is like from the studio that brought you and then listed every Batman movie up to BVS, and then it was him. He's like, hey, I didn't see you guys there. Like, I'm probably more excited for that movie than I should be. Mm-hmm. It doesn't even come out till 2017, which I'm like, I gotta wait a whole nother, like, that's a long time away. That's why it's just a teaser, but that movie should not be coming out that far from now. Realistically, that movie should be dropping much sooner.
Yeah.
Like, but that's going to be, if it's an hour and a half, just ridiculousness, and they have I'm curious to see what they do with that movie. Like, what story, because it's got to have a story. Like, there's got to be some sort of plot. You know what I mean? Batman worked great in the Lego movie, but in his own movie, like in Gotham, in the cave, and he's like, yeah, I saved the world today. It was pretty badass or something like that. He says, like, how are they going to like weave this whole world? I'm very curious. And then is it going to have like at the end, because at the end of Lego movie you saw was the kid playing with the Legos. Well, what is it this time? Is it that kid playing with it, or is it a different kid? Is it that at all? Or are they just going to leave it like, it's gonna be
They'll
interesting.
probably stick to it.
It'll be interesting to see what they do with that. I'm curious.
Because that'd be fun. Because if you think about it, if they keep that up,
Yeah.
you can technically do all of the Lego movie stuff, individual stories, but still connect them. And it would make sense because it's like it's the kids playing with Legos. So he's playing his Batman. He just got a new Batman playset and is playing a Batman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then they could still have Batman coming in and joining for an overarching Lego movie.
Oh,
you
and
know?
I love the song choice. Playing Wiz Khalifa's Black and Yellow.
Yeah.
Black and Yellow. Like, that was ridiculous. When I heard that song start playing for a Batman trailer, I was like, oh my God, this has just went to a whole new level.
Mm-hmm.
Whole new level. That was ridiculousness. Oh, dang, we've covered a lot. Let's talk about real quick. Fooly Cooly is getting 2 seasons. If Johnny was here, he would be super fucking excited right now.
Probably.
He is. I actually already talked to him about it. No, he was pumped about it. But I didn't talk to him about it. Never mind. Mm-hmm. Whatever. There was communications about this happening with Johnny. So big shout out to Johnny for last week's episode too. By the way, that was good. That was some good shit. We'll have him back on for sure. But yeah, Fooly Cooly is getting 2 seasons. They're gonna do like I think 17 or 20 some episodes, but they're gonna break it up into 2 separate seasons. But it's all original, like new shit as a sequel to the original, like to the original. So it'll be the same style, same everything, and it's a continuation of the story. But it's, you know, they're gonna break like X amount of episodes up into 2 different seasons. So I'm pretty excited. I mean, Fooly Cooly is one of those ones I used to like. It's one of the ones like when I was talking about. I don't think I've ever sat and watched it like all the way through. Mm-hmm. I've caught like episode here, episode there, episode here on Adult Swim, like 3 a.m, you know, after getting done with nefarious activities when I was younger, you know, catching episodes like that. That was pretty much my exposure to Fooly Cooly. So maybe when this one comes out, I'll have to watch it straight through because I wanted to watch.
You're gonna have to do some nefarious activities before, though.
I don't think so.
I think you will because that's kind of the mindset for watching that.
But I don't do nefarious activity.
Well, find a little kid to steal some candy from or something. I don't know, something.
No, I'm a good person.
Yeah,
I tell myself that every day.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it true.
Whatever. So Fooly Cooly season 2 and 3, be on the lookout. I'm trying to think of the anime Dandy, that like just came out.
Yeah, don't look at this guy.
I can't remember now. It's gonna bug me too. I'll think of it as soon as we're done doing this fucking episode too. I know it. That's what's gonna bug me the most. Daredevil season 2, discussion part 2. Let's talk about episodes 3 to episodes 10.
You're gonna have to tell me
that's the
where
meat.
episode 10 ends.
Episode 10,
I don't
episode 10
too much.
pretty much ends up where he's walking out of prison. He walks out of prison. He just gets out of prison. Kingpin gets him out. That's where episode 10 ends. So right before like shit hits the fan. Like I know the next like X amount of episodes are gonna be crazy. But like this is the meat of the meat of this season. I'll talk about it first, then you can go. Some of the stuff I liked between 3 and 10 was like you were saying when we talked about it last week that the Punisher character, how they develop him and how they bring him out, that he's not a monster, and that, you know, his reasoning behind it and stuff like that, even though maybe killing's the wrong way to go about it, like why he did it made a lot more sense. And then when they start tying Elektra in at like I think episode 5 when she shows up, and Matt becomes like player, dude. Like he's got daytime with Chick in the office and Froggy, and then he's like nighttime missions with this like hot ass, you know, side piece. And then, dude, it's crazy. And then he starts disappearing for, you know, he's like disappearing constantly because he's constantly with Elektra. She ends up becoming the main bitch pretty much, and the other two are like the side family. You know what I mean? It was crazy because he'd get home and then she'd be there and she's like, we're going to do this. And he'd go do it every time. Like, and then just the way that his and Karen's relationship gets like really close, and then they get separate as him and Elektra get close. Yeah. And then pretty much both relationships end up falling apart completely because she ends up slitting dude's throat in the apartment, and he's like, no. But when he got shot with the arrow from the ninja dude, it's crazy. And then how they've been developing the hand and the stick coming back. Some of the fight scenes when he goes to get Punisher, when the Irish capture Punisher, and he goes in fighting out like through those hallways and stuff. Dude, there's some ridiculous freaking fight scenes in season 2. Like some of the fight scenes are crazy. Some of the tie-ins, like Rosario Dawson showing back up, Kingpin showing back up was amazing. Holy shit. God, is he good. Vincent D'Onofrio as the Kingpin. There's never been a better Marvel villain, I don't think. He is just, when he's just benching, he's got, what, 5, I think I counted it, like 545s on each side. Yeah, now, obviously that's not real weight, but it's like, he's sitting there just benching that like nothing. And then when him and Punisher part ways, he's like, next time we meet, one of us doesn't walk away or something like that. And he's like, I knew that or something like that. I don't know. Kingpin's just crazy good.
Well, and I like how he talks like almost normal, but then he gets like the this in his voice, and just like it's like he's getting way too serious.
When he starts calling himself Kingpin now. You know, there can only be one Kingpin in this jail. That's where the name came from. So now, like, dude, the way they're developing him, even through season 2, he's not gone. He's coming when he gets out of here. He's getting out to win a war.
Well, and they set it up like his ass is going to be who's going to be the main villain for like Defenders.
Well, I have a feeling it's going to be Multitudes. I have a feeling it's going to be, I mean, him, the hand is looking formidable. You know what I mean? Like, we don't even know what they got going on with like what, the bringing people back from the dead or something like that?
Yeah, we don't know what's going on.
We do by the end of the season, right?
Yes, but it's not like they spell it out for you. But
because that's gonna end up coming up more, I think, in Iron Fist.
You think so?
Yeah, because he directly deals with the hand.
Okay.
I think like that's like his main. You know, I think that's gonna be his introduction into it. Because it'll be interesting to see where we go. Because we got Luke. Obviously, we know we got Luke Cage next. Then, do we get Iron Fist after that? Do we get Jessica Jones season 2 after that? Do we even get like something else?
Right.
Like, and then how long till Defenders? Like, I think they said Defenders they want in like the next 2 years. So you have to pretty much.
Well, if they keep doing 2, they could do next year is
that they'd have to do Iron Fist and Jessica Jones season 2 next year, and then it'd have to be Defenders. It would have to be because at that point you had 2 seasons of Daredevil, 2 seasons of Jessica Jones, a season of Luke Cage, and a season of Iron Fist. Now you got to go Defenders.
Are they going to add anyone else? Because I heard people were talking about Ghost Rider or something.
Yeah, but I think that's going to be after. Once they're done with Defenders, I think that's going to stuff that's going to start to introduce later. Well, also going to say they mentioned Jessica Jones in season 2.
They mentioned a few things.
Yeah. Well, they said her name specifically at that one. I can't remember what episode it was.
Oh, the other thing that they show is later. It's literally absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
It literally is nothing. So if I reveal it now, it means nothing.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Foggy's interviewing for a job at a law place, and that lawyer lady that Jessica always goes to, she's the one interviewing him.
Oh, okay.
So they show her so it's like
they're starting to connect the shows. They're going to have to, and they have to. That's smart. So they do, well, then that kind of tells me that so Nelson and Murdoch end up parting ways then, or what?
Well, it's just an interview. That doesn't mean that they're necessarily done.
All right.
You never just hit up an interview, not necessarily planning leaving your job.
So we'll do no. I haven't taken an interview for the last few years. I'm happy at my job. I like my job. I really like my job.
Yeah, you did. There's that.
Oh, you know what? I did take that LA fitness. Yeah, that was never gonna happen. You're right. No, you do. You always gotta keep your I can agree with that. Well, we're going over. What are we talking about? Daredevil. Anything else you want to add?
Nope. We'll finish.
Next. Yeah. Next week we'll do our final thoughts. Talk about the end of the season, all that sort of stuff. Because I only got 4 hours left, so. We'll get there, people. We'll get there. Hey, it'll take me a lot. I'll finish season 2 a lot faster than I finished season 1. I'll tell you that much. Season 2 is much better than season 1. I like season 1 a lot. I like season 2 a lot better.
It gets you pulled in a lot faster.
It's very much more dramatic. There's a lot more going on.
That's kind of how season 2s usually work.
Yeah,
because they've already established anything, so you don't need nearly as much.
You don't need introduction, character building. Like, you know who the characters are, things like that. And I've loved the new characters. I mean, John Bernthal's the Punisher. I can't see anybody else doing it at this point. Yeah, that chick as Elektra, she's really good. Like, I really like her style. So yeah, Daredevil season 2, keep it up. Rebels, real quick. Last episode before the season finale, didn't really feel like it. Yeah. I mean, it did to a point, but it didn't.
It was, honestly, I was more excited about the preview for the next episode than I was about this entire episode.
Oh, yeah. The preview for the next week's episode was amazing. It's full-on hour-long season finale. You're getting Vader versus Ahsoka has to happen. I mean, they can't prolong that.
Crazy T green lightsaber.
Yep, the crossguard lightsaber green is showing up. Ezra ends up taking control of a Sith base, or I don't know.
He gets a holocron.
Sith holocrons all over the place. The Inquisitors are going to be there. It's going to be nuts. Like, they better end strong, because this season, I feel 22 episodes is too many. 15... a tight 15, like 22's, or no, it'll be 22 because next week's a double episode.
Right.
So 22 episodes, too long. It just is.
Yeah.
And I hate to say that because I thought season 1 wasn't long enough at 13, and I still don't. But 22 is too many. There's got to be a balance.
There's just too many filler episodes. It gets to a point where half the seasons.
And I understand, like, last week's filler episode actually, like,
they
played
keep
a role.
tying in.
They do.
but
They do a good job of that.
It's something that you could streamline it with.
Yeah,
13
you could.
Episodes
Well, you
or whatever.
could. And this week's episode was solid. It wasn't. I mean, they fought spider creatures on on the base that they landed on last week. And we knew that was coming. We said that last week.
Yeah.
So next week's that's the meat of it. But
That's the good one.
Let's move on from there.
Oh man, we're gonna have to watch that right after WrestleMania. We're gonna have a long night.
I can watch it before. God damn you. Maybe we can watch it beforehand. Depending on what time you get
Yeah.
off, we can maybe get it in and then start Mania. Because we can start Mania whenever, because we got WWE Network. So we'll just start it from the beginning. But I want to watch the pre-show and stuff. So God, I hope you get off early. All right. So speaking of WWE Minute, real quick, Raw happened. There wasn't a lot to talk about, realistically. So we're not really going to talk about what happened on Raw or anything else this week. We're just going to do predictions, WrestleMania predictions. It's the WrestleMania prediction segment. We're going to run down all the matches that are announced right now, and then we're going to just talk about, what we think is going to happen. So Usos versus Dudley, that's the pre-show match. Usos.
Yeah, I don't.
Usos.
I mean, it doesn't even matter who wins.
It doesn't really. It's the pre-show match. Ryback versus Kalisto, which I didn't even know this match was happening, and they've done no build for this match. Kalisto.
Yeah, again, another match. That's
I just don't see New Day versus League of Nations. Now this is one of my most favorite matches because the New Day's in it, and they have been building this feud. It's not for the tag team titles. It's just, I think it's 3 versus 3. I think it's gonna be Xavier.
I really think this might be that switch I've been talking about.
No, they already said they've already switched. Like they've already turned them heel. They already turned them face. They're doing the same thing, but they're face.
Right, but I mean they haven't turned them face, if that makes sense.
Technically,
They're not bad guys anymore. Now they have to have like them beat the shit out of them and like blood and shit. So then you're like,
I think if they do,
I hate the League of Nations. Go New Day.
I think if they do turn them full face, it's gonna ruin the whole bit. Because part of the bit is that they gotta act still the way they act, like stupid and cocky and like
They can still do that and be good guys.
No, because that's not maybe. I don't know. But so New Day, are we both going with New Day?
I think New Day's gonna lose only for the purpose of getting them
over more.
Getting them over more.
I don't think so. New Day wins. Charlotte versus Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks is gonna win this. Sasha Banks is gonna win this.
Don't
sure.
care. It's another.
This is gonna be a surprise match of the night contender.
Yeah.
They have been so crappy with women's wrestling, but I know what these three are capable of. I saw it on NXT, and if they put on a match half as good as what they did on NXT, it could really be one of the surprise matches of the night. Okay, now for the meat. Oh, Andre Memorial Tournament. They've talked about it. They haven't said when it's gonna be. I have a feeling it's gonna end up on pre-show again. I don't think it's gonna make the main card. It could be maybe first match of the night. I could see him starting with the Battle Royale. Big Show is retiring. I think he might win it.
Didn't he win last year?
2 years ago. Cesaro won last year.
Oh, okay.
Or,
No, I thought Big Show won last year.
Or reverse that. Cesaro won 2 years ago. Big Show won last year. So maybe he does go back to back. I don't know. We'll see. They got nobody. Like, there's so many people on the shelf right now that they just need bodies back.
Right.
And that's going to actually what I'm going to get into here in the end. So then we got Intercontinental title. They're doing a 7-man ladder match. So we got Stardust, Sin Cara, Zack Ryder, Miz, Dolph Ziggler, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. I think it's going to be Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
I can see Sami Zayn winning.
Yeah.
I would love it. Then that starts their feud for the next few months, and then have some one-on-one matches. It could change hands a couple times back and forth. I love it. I think that's gold mine. The other guys, I mean, they're all great wrestlers. A lot of people are hoping Zack Snyder. Oh, I got BBS on the brain. Zack Ryder is gonna win. I don't think that's gonna happen. I just don't see him giving that dude the title.
Yeah.
No way. He's good for like Stardust. They're good to throw in matches. Miz, same thing. Dolph would be nice, but there's no point because then him and Miz are gonna feud. I don't love that. I don't see AJ Styles versus Jericho on this list, but I'm pretty sure that match is happening at WrestleMania. I'm almost 100% positive that match is happening, and I'm going to go AJ Styles is going to win that. I'm pretty sure.
But it's not on the.
It wasn't on the list that I looked at, but neither was the Memorial Tournament. And I'm pretty sure both those matches are happening.
Is there a Rock match?
No, but they haven't been saying there's going to be. He said he's going to make an appearance.
Oh.
He's going to be there. He's not wrestling. I told you, I don't think he can wrestle anymore. I think his contracts for movies don't allow him to wrestle.
That's lame.
Because if he hurts himself, if he tears something, he had like a hernia or something last time he wrestled. He is pretty old.
Right.
Like, I mean, he's ripped, but he's older.
But he's way more bucked than he was when he was.
Being an action star and doing what they do in the ring, different things, man. Stunt doubles, like, they're a lot different. We didn't even talk about that Central Intelligence Agency trailer last week, but God, that looks good. That looks real good. Him and Kevin Hart, like, all right. So, but IC title, I think that's going to be one of the match of the evening contenders. Then we got Undertaker versus Shane O'Mac. Big news on this one. If Undertaker loses, it's his last WrestleMania. They didn't say last match. They just said last WrestleMania. If Shane O'Mac wins, he takes control of Raw.
Kind of feels like Shane's gonna win then, because
I don't know.
Isn't Undertaker supposed to retire here soon?
Yeah, he's close. He's like 50. He just had a birthday. I think he turned 51.
And it's in Texas.
But then why would you have him lose in Texas for his last one to Shane McMahon? Like, that's like almost an ultimate FU to the Undertaker after so many years.
He's got so much push.
He loses twice.
He probably is the guy who said he wanted that.
Maybe. I mean, he can kind of call his own shot at this point. Vince can't argue with him. It's gonna be
him and Vince are best friends. They wouldn't argue.
Yeah, it's gonna be Hell in a Cell. It's gonna be crazy. I'm looking forward to that match. Actually, I'm curious to see what Shane O'Mac's got after being out of the ring for so long, and he's older. Mm-hmm. This is gonna be a weird match. This could be.
But
bad.
He's always been like pretty crazy.
This could be crazy, or this could be horrible.
I think it's gonna be awesome.
Then we got Ambrose versus Lesnar in the no hold barred street fight. Mm-hmm. I love the way they've been building this. Last week they had him and talking to Mankind, Mick Foley.
Yeah.
Then this week they had him talking to Terry Funk. Terry Funk gave him a chainsaw. These are like the hardcore legends, kind of passing the torch to the new crazy guy, and I love that. Like, I love what they're doing with this. I think Ambrose could pull it off.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna, because I mean Lesnar is really good with his wrestling, but I feel like Ambrose is gonna be more of like that
Ambrose
dirty.
Is crazier.
Yeah, he's gonna like actually like start doing some crowbar shit and whatever. Whereas Lesnar, I feel like he's gonna stick, like he'll do it, but I think he's gonna stick more to actually wrestling. Whereas Ambrose is actually gonna like use tools to beat the shit out of him.
We'll see. I'm hoping Ambrose. So. And then Triple H versus Roman Reigns. I only see this going down one way, people. I've looked at this. Rollins isn't close enough to coming back, although I haven't heard they've been real quiet about the Rollins thing, so he could be ahead of schedule. He could show up, but I don't.
Even if he did, what would that matter?
He screws Triple H.
Why would he do that though? Because then he's got to fight Roman.
But but no, not necessarily. It could start a feud between him and Triple H for a little while. Because they were going that way before he left, of kind of like the Authority splitting up.
Right, but if in the wrestling, whatever.
Well, he wanted Roman to win, or Rollins wants Roman to win because he knows he can beat Roman. He didn't want Triple H to.
But Triple H would just give it to him because he's best for business.
No, not necessarily, because Triple H is still Triple H. I don't know. I'm just saying. I think WrestleMania is going to end weird. But I can't call how it's going to end weird. Because if they just end it with Triple H and Roman, now that's saying that they're the last match.
Right.
I don't even know if they're the last match. The Undertaker Shane O'Mac could be the last match.
Right.
Now, if that's the last match, it's definitely going to end clean with Roman Reigns winning the championship. I don't see any other way. Like. No, they're going to get booed heavily. So that's why if they move it up, this could be crazy. What if Triple H Roman Reigns goes third? So it goes like them, then Ambrose Lesnar, then Hell in a Cell. I don't think so. The only way I can really see it going is Ambrose Lesnar, get them all riled up. They're all happy. Roman wins. They're all mad. Ooh, Undertaker wins. They're all mad. But then Shane O'Mac wins because everyone would be pretty happy Shane O'Mac
It wouldn't matter who. That's
you're
their
right.
safe match.
You're right, because it doesn't matter who wins because they'll be happy either way. Oh my God. Yeah, that's going to be the closer. Damn it, that is. Last match of the night is going to be Shane O'Mac versus Undertaker, and I think Shane O'Mac's going to win. I think Shane O'Mac's going to win because they need to freshen up Raw and they need to freshen things up, and the only way to do it is to take Stephanie and Vince out of Power. Plus, then they could go to SmackDown, start having building SmackDown, going head to head. Like, there's some things they could do if they work this right. Now it's WWE, so they'll probably find some way to fuck it up, but we can always cross our fingers and hope.
Well, let's hope.
All right. Well, we've gone way over time. That's it. Basement Boy Banter episode 50 in the books. 1 year in the books. Woo! We want to thank you all again for all the views, all the love, the comments, shares, likes, tweets, anything you fucking done for us. We fucking love you guys. I'm Thor. That's Brian. By the Hammer of Thor. Deuces. Deuces. If you like what you just saw, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our videos, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and like our Facebook page.